If you're tired of posting in social media and networking in Facebook groups to get clients into your digital course, program, or membership, because you actually want to be a coach and coach your clients instead of marketing and trying to sell your course every single day in social media, then this video is for you, because I'm going to explain how networking is actually not a strategy, it's only a tool. The difference between a soft launch and a live launch strategy, and the details behind a live strategy so that you can implement your own. And if we haven't met, welcome to my channel. This is the perfect place for new coaches to launch and sell their digital programs by using systems and automations that are going to help them to sell their courses in less time so they can have more clients, they can help more people, they can grow their income by not using so much time, so they can have more time for whatever they want to do. So let's begin this video by discussing networking. Networking is you meeting prospective clients and building a relationship with them, because people need to know you, like you, and trust you in order to buy from you. So networking is an amazing tool to sign up clients into your program. Unfortunately, it is not a full strategy, because you don't have a system on how to get leads, how to generate leads. You don't have a system on how to identify the right people. You really don't have a system. So networking is only a tool for a strategy. I believe that networking should be implemented in all the strategies that you can. From evergreen, when you just use your email marketing, to a live launch, which I will discuss later, whenever you run live events, to a soft launch when you just post in social media. But networking is you talking to people and building relationships with them. So it's an amazing tool to build relationships. However, it is not a strategy. I really hope that you're not relying on networking to build your clientele, because that is going to be a very slow process. You can implement any of the strategies and use networking as a tool, but it is not a strategy. And now that I've made that clear, let's talk about a soft launch strategy. A soft launch strategy is whenever you start posting on social media, creating valuable content with a strategy, and you offering your program, your course, or your membership to everybody that comes across your social media. So you're just posting and you're like, hey, I'm opening my program. It is going to be open for 10 days or 5 days or 3 days. Sign up in the link in my bio, or here is the link. That is a soft launch. You post once or 3 times a day for a few days, and that is how you are launching your program. You can involve networking into that, because if people are engaging with you, you can even ask them to send you a DM, and you're networking with people. Soft launches is used by many new coaches. However, I believe it's a huge mistake, because what happens is that with a soft launch, by just relying on posts in social media, you're running the risk of your ideal clients not even seeing your posts. So let's imagine that you have 1,000 followers, and according to the algorithm, only 10% of your followers are going to see your posts. So let's say that 100 of your followers see your post about your new program. But those followers are not even your ideal clients. They are your family, your friends, your college friends, whoever, but they're not your ideal client. Well, none of them are going to be interested in your program, and they're not going to buy it, and then you're going to think that it wasn't a good topic, it wasn't a good course. Nobody wants that course. You go on thinking that, you cancel the course, and then you go on to build a new course idea. But that's a mistake, because that probably could have been a very profitable course. Probably many people want that course, but you didn't offer it to the right people. So a soft launch, especially when you have a small audience, is really not going to be suitable. It's really not going to give you the data and the information to understand if this is a good course idea. You're only offering it to a few people. Only a few people are seeing this course idea, and you don't even know if they are ideal clients. So in reality, I believe it is not the right strategy to launch a course, because you will not have the right data to make the right decision. And the second reason why I don't really like this soft launch is because you're always relying on your time to attract new clients. You need to be posting, you need to be showing up in social media. If you do not show up and post constantly, because remember, only 10% of your followers will see your posts, then you're really not going to find people to buy your course. So you're relying constantly on your time. Let me give you an analogy of what this would be if we were talking about water wells. So years ago, when the man hadn't invented an electric powered water well, people used to go into this well and they would manually pull this bucket to get the water. So every time that you wanted water, you would go and you would pull this bucket to get your water. Well, that is a soft launch. Every single time that you want clients, or you want to start a new relationship, or you want more leads, you need to be constantly using your manpower to get new leads showing up in social media. And that is exhausting. That means that you will always be exchanging your time for new clients. Now, in contrast, let's talk about a live launch, which is my favorite system or strategy to launch a course, because it will give you tons of data. So it's totally worth it. So what you do is that you run a live event to which you attract qualified clients, people who would want to join your program. You build a relationship with them during this live event, and then you offer them your program. So instead of just relying on posting and offering your program to everybody who follows you, including your grandma and your aunts and your cousins, you're actually offering it to people who raised their hand and said, I want to attend this live event because I want this information. This topic of the live event, of course, needs to be very related and linked to your paid program so that you attract the right people into your program. However, what you're doing is that you're pre-qualifying people and you're only talking to the right leads. This system allows you to attract many more people into your program, many more right leads for your program. That way you have more data. If after a live launch you decide that this is a bad topic idea, then you stop or cancel this program. But you will have way more traffic, way more leads, way more relationships, and many more clients. But it's a system that allows for that. If we go back to the analogy, a live launch strategy is using an electric powered water well to get the water. Everything is set up, you have a whole strategy working, you have everything that you need for the setup of the electric power well, and all you have to do is open the faucet or press a switch so that the water starts coming in. That is the difference between a soft launch and a live launch strategy. Now you're probably thinking, well, that's amazing, but how do I launch a live launch strategy? What are the steps? How does this thing work? Well, I'm going to summarize everything into 5 steps. Attract clients, build relationships, invite them into your program, take a break from marketing while you're helping your new paying clients, and just go back and nurture relationships with those who didn't join. So now let's dig in. Step number 1 is to attract leads. So you need to make sure that you are running an event. It could be a challenge, it could be a webinar, it could be a workshop, a masterclass, a bootcamp, a mini course, whatever you want. It could be a 3 days, a 5 days, a 1 day, whatever kind of event you want. Now be aware that the longer the event, the more time you have to build relationships with your new leads. And remember, people are going to know you, like you, and trust you. For that, you need a little bit of time to build a relationship. So I always suggest that a 5-day challenge, a mini course, or a boot camp, whatever you want, it's the same thing, different name, is the best option, so that you have 5 days to get to know your leads and build a relationship. And if you want my done for you to-do list on how to run a successful Facebook challenge, go to the description below and get my client attraction Facebook challenge roadmap. Okay, so the thing is that you're going to attract these pre-qualified leads, because they're going to pre-qualify themselves. They're going to register, and that means that they're raising their hand and saying, hey, I want this information. You're going to register them into your free live event, and in there you're going to build relationships. Now, instead of you posting social media just to everybody and inviting everybody, those who are not even interested, no, you're kind of funneling them into this live event. Now, the topic needs to be linked to the program that you're selling. Now, let me give you a different analogy for this. I want you to imagine that I invite you into my house because I have apples, and you're like, yes, I love apples, I want to have an apple. And I'm like, yes, it's a free apple, let's go to my house and I'll give it to you. And then you have the apple, and I'm like, hey, well, I sell bananas. Do you want a banana? And you're like, well, no, thanks. The apple was amazing, but I don't like bananas. No, if I'm going to be selling bananas, I should be offering bananas for free or for a lower cost, whatever it is, because how am I going to give away apples when I really want to sell bananas? So you really need to link the topic of your free challenge, workshop, webinar, masterclass to your paid program. Make sure that the people coming into your free event are the people who would be interested in your paid program. Do not offer apples and sell them bananas. They're not going to buy. They want apples, okay? All right. So after you bring them into your event, then you're going to build relationships with them. And here is where I believe a challenge or a mini course or something of the like that is going to take a few days is going to be a better strategy, because you're going to have a few days to build relationships. Now, during these days, you get to do two things: build relationships with the people in there, and also position you as an expert, because you're going to be talking about your area of expertise, and the audience is going to understand that you are an expert. Way more powerful than just posting on social media. Make sure that you're really going to help your clients, even if they don't join your program, just through your challenge, your webinar, your masterclass. You truly give them value because you want to help them even if they don't join your program. But that way you're going to get to position yourself as an expert and to build a relationship, because they're going to look up to you. They're going to understand that you can help them with whatever problem they are facing. Okay, and then after that, you're going to invite them into your program. So see, you attracted them into this free event. You know that they're interested on these topics, apples, whatever it is. And then you build relationships with them. They know that you can help them. They know that you're an expert, and you now have established yourself. And you'll invite them into your program. So you're like, hey, well, now that I gave you all this value, now that we are friends, I have this program for you if you want to join. You will be like, hey, well, now that I've given you all this value, if you want more information, if you want a bigger transformation, if you want more help with this, then here is my program. But the beauty of this is that you attracted many people. You were not just chasing clients. They came to you. They are the right people listening to you, and they're interested on this topic. You're not just offering to random people that are not even interested. I love this strategy because I believe is the most structured strategy for new coaches. Later on, I'll be doing another video on an evergreen strategy, but we need to do a live strategy before we ever go into an evergreen strategy. Okay, so then after you invite them into your program, you're going to sign up people. Some of them are going to say, yes, I want in. They're going to pay you. Now you're paying clients. And some people are going to say no, and it's okay. And I'll tell you why in a little bit. Now, the next thing that you're going to do is that you get the chance, if you want, to take a break from marketing. The doors to your program are closed. You're not taking any more clients at the moment. And you get to take a break. You can stop posting on social media. You can just go to Cancun or any place in the world that you want. Now, in this time, you actually get the time to help your clients. That's what you want to do. You want to coach and teach people and guide people. And you get that time because you're no longer worrying about the next client, or you're no longer worrying about marketing or posting on social media. Your priority are your clients and enjoying life, doing whatever you want to do. You want to go on a vacation with your kids or your husband, you go. You want to travel the world and help your clients from any other place in the world, you do. You get to do whatever you want because you're no longer on launching mode. You're no longer on rushing, I need to be posting all the time. You can actually take a break. So that's actually stage number 4. And finally, after that, all you have to do is nurture relationships with those who didn't join. Because remember that they're the right leads. They join your free event because they wanted more information. Maybe they didn't buy because they were not ready yet. But if you continue nurturing these leads, they're going to buy eventually. They just need a little bit more time. So you no longer start from scratch like, I don't have any more leads. Yes, you do. You have leads who didn't buy but were interested. They pre-qualified themselves. They said, I want this information. They just didn't buy, but they were interested. So you never have to start from scratch again. I have clients who have grown their email list, their leads list, or their Facebook group from 0 to 200 people in only 2 weeks. Now, the majority are not going to buy, but guess what? They buy later. Later on, after the challenge, they run a webinar and people buy. People from the Facebook group who are already leads join the webinar and then they buy the webinar. So it's an amazing strategy for you to not start from scratch. Now that is all for today. Let me do a quick recap before I go. Number 1, networking is not a strategy. Networking is a tool that you can implement in any kind of strategy. 2, unfortunately, most new coaches launch their courses, memberships, or digital programs with a soft launch strategy. However, a soft launch strategy doesn't allow you for more traffic, more leads, more relationships, and more paying clients. And what happens is that you will not even get a lot of people to understand what you're doing. They will not buy, and you will think that the course topic that you have is not even valuable, that your offer is not a good offer. You may go and try to just build a new course from scratch, when it wasn't the course itself, it was the actual marketing strategy that you implemented. That is why I always suggest to launch with a live launch strategy, because it will allow you for many more traffic, many more leads that are going to pre-qualify themselves. They're going to say, I want this free information, and that actually is an indicator that they would be interested in your paid program. You get to build relationships with them inside of your free live event, and you invite those people into your paid program, which are the right people. And finally, point number 3, the way that you run a live launch strategy is that you attract clients into a free live event. It could be a webinar, a workshop, a masterclass, a challenge, a mini course, whatever it is. I do suggest that if this is your first launch, you do run a 5-day event. And remember, in the description there is my done for you to-do list on how to run a challenge, because you will have more time to build relationships with your audience. Then you're going to build relationships with your audience regardless of the event that you did. You're going to position yourself as an expert, and you're going to give them a lot of value so they understand that you can truly help them. We want to truly, even in this free event, help are leads. And then you're going to invite them into your paid program. And that is how you're going to get many clients at once. Then you're going to take a break from marketing. You're going to focus on your clients. You're going to focus on your family. And you can keep posting, but it's not for marketing. It's only to continue growing your audience and positioning yourself. And finally, you're going to go back to your list because probably you had 200 new leads or more, and then you're going to nurture relationships with them. Because if they didn't buy during your launch, it doesn't mean that they're not going to buy later. That is how you run a live launch strategy. And I can assure you that if you want to launch a digital course, a membership, or a program, this is the best strategy that you can implement. You can implement it when you launch or every few months, whatever you want. But this is the best strategy for new coaches with small audiences. Okay, that is all for today. If you have any questions, please drop them below in the comments or send me a DM in Instagram. Do not forget to subscribe because every Monday I share new videos with more efficient marketing strategies so you can sell more courses, help more clients, and do it in less time so you have more time for whatever you want to do. And watch these two videos because they have amazing tips that are also going to help you.